but it certainly could be there. But again, Evan, it's just it's rain wrap. So let's go back to the radar very quickly. And here's the big picture. And again, you can see that we were just working one tornado warning in the entire state. Let's show the Tennessee Valley real quick. And again, up here in Huntsville, there is technically a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for northern Madison and parts of northern Jackson counties. But again, it just looks like a big rain mass up and through here. And that's a good thing. This large rain mass that will help to stabilize the atmosphere. The concern is farther south. But again, that one tornado warning polygon is right here. And so that's the reason we're focusing on that. I know it's for a lot of you, it's raining, there's thunder and lightning. But let's go in and take a closer look at this. And again, this is a potential tornadic thunderstorm that is located in the northern part of the city of Northport, up Highway 43, that's moving northeast. We'll pop the velocity display back on and we'll see what it looks like now. We've seen this, again, there's your circulation right here. There's no doubt. We could have a tornado down at this point, a little north of Huntington Place. You saw the video earlier from Huntington Place. And next up, it'll be crossing Highway 69. But we can give it all clear now from Highway 171 west. Highway 171 west, you're all clear. You're good. You stay sheltered if you're along US 43, Alabama 69, or points north and east, the northern part of Lake Tuscaloosa. You need to be sheltered for about the next 15 minutes or so. And again, that will be coming out into either northwest Jefferson or extreme southern Walker County here from here. But again, the encouraging thing is the fact that we're looking at so many different sources and we're just not seeing any major reports of damage. And I'm getting some video here, it looks like from Tuscaloosa fire, and they're saying Tuscaloosa storm as it touched down. So let me, I'll get that downloaded here. We'll rack it up on WEX 05. And again, looking at this, it's just hard to see. Everything today, it is so hard to see. So let's go to WEX 05, and this is the image that was shared. And again, it's just, if it's there, it's rain wrapped.
Yeah.
That's a good vantage point, but we just can't see much at this point. That's from Isaac Dixon with the fire department there. All right, so back to the radar. 4:05 Saturday afternoon, James Spann, Evan Chick Vera. We have Riley Blackwell that's out in the field. And we are watching a potential tornadic storm that is coming across the northern part of Lake Tuscaloosa, up Highway 43, north of Tuscaloosa. That's about to cross Highway 69. And from there, it's going to be headed up into either southern Walker or northwestern Jefferson counties. And again, there's strong evidence of rotation. You can clearly see that. You can't miss that. Just for the fun of it, let's check the correlation coefficient, our debris TDS situation, and see if we have any lowering there. And really, we don't at this point. We had a pretty good TDS for a while, but that has gone away, which is a good thing. But again, if a tornado gets down, it takes a while for the debris to be lofted so we can see it on radar. So the polygon is still purple because at one point we did have the confirmed tornado. And again, we're almost in a position to clear 43. Not yet, but almost. We'll be here in about a minute or so. But that circulation is about to come out over Highway 69. Again, this is the northern part of Lake Tuscaloosa. And let's look at the one behind it real quick, Evan, the one that's near the state line, and that we've got these things coming at us fast and furious. And that one doesn't look quite as impressive.
Switch to Columbus. It's a little better look. It doesn't look any more impressive, but
yeah, and that's a good thing. And again, we'll watch this. But again, there's a tornado warning that's adjacent to northern Sumter and Pickens County. Again, this is Pickens County. This is Sumter. And again, we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully that lead storm helped to kind of stabilize things. So let's go back into Tuscaloosa County. We've got the one tornado warning in effect here. And you can see this thing is really wrapped up. I mean, if nothing else, there's a lot of wind here. There's some screaming wind with this. But again, circulation center is now east of Highway 43. So we can give an all clear for US 43 and points west. So again, for US 43 west, all clear. Stay sheltered if you're east of US 43. And again, this is Highway 69 right here. And again, that's going to be coming out across Highway 69 near or south of Wyndham Springs. And from there, it's going to move up into either southern Walker or Jefferson counties. But I'm telling you, this has come through a densely populated part of the world here, and the fact that I've not seen a lot of damage is a very encouraging thing, Evan. That's good.
Yeah, and something else that we've seen reports of, if we take Riley's cam, he's coming down US 43. There's been hail I've noticed on his the windshield there popping off. It looks like maybe pea to nickel-sized hail. It's very hard to tell while they're moving, but he's coming right down. He just drove through that hail core that is just to the north of the center circulation, just displaced to the northeast, and that is where you will typically have the majority of the hail. So that's Riley's shot. I'll show you now what I'm talking about, because he was coming down 43 here. So right in here where you get these pinks, and that was just over 43, but near Gorgas, and it is headed towards Wiley, eventually into potentially southern Fayette and southern Walker. That's your forward flank. And what happens is you get that rising air, you get those hailstones that will form, and that hail core gets displaced from the center. And that's another byproduct we'll have with these supercell type thunderstorms that are moving through here. And again, there's been really no mention of them warning that other storm that's just over the state line in Mississippi. But big picture here, again, if you're to the north, if you're in Blount, Cullman, Marion, Winston, Lamar, even northern Walker, northern Fayette, this rain has been a wonderful thing, because this is stabilizing the atmosphere, and this is going to take the edge off of what comes through later. This line back here in Mississippi, all right, I'm going to switch over just to the Columbus really quick, because we said that there's two threats. There's this afternoon threat, these discrete cells, and then this threat. Look at this. There are no warnings from Corinth down to Tupelo. One severe thunderstorm warning north of Starkville, and then all the way down to Kosciuszko and towards Yazoo City. There's nothing, because where this line is moving through, the air has been stabilized by that precursor rain that we're seeing here. On the negative side, these confirmed tornado polygons further to the south, these will be moving into eventually Sumter, and then it looks like Greene and potentially Tuscaloosa. But again, this warned storm in Tuscaloosa County, headed towards Windham Springs, is now moving into the first air mass it has today that has had rain out ahead of it. So far, it's moved into an environment all afternoon that has had no rain, no stabilizing aspect to it. Well, now it's moving a little bit closer to areas that have seen some showers, some thunderstorms. With that in mind, though, there's still a good signature right here. So this is on top of Highway 69. There's Windham Springs, and then you head off into extreme northeast rural Tuscaloosa County. But this continuing to race off towards the northeast at about 50 miles an hour, and we'll do a quick TOA, time of arrival, on that. And this is into southern Walker County, so I'll draw it to the Walker County line about 423. If it takes more of a southerly shift, if it steers south, this would be an extreme western Jefferson County by about 420, 425 or so. But moving quickly, again, I would circle this area right here as the locations to think about your plan of action now. Because if this holds together, this is going to impact southeast Walker County, northwest Jefferson County, and this will eventually shift into Cullman and way down the line into Blount if it holds together. But these spots here, that's your heads up, right? The one thing about these longer track cells is it allows us to see where they're moving, where they're headed, and where they could be way downstream. So again, no warnings for that as of right now, but this is the cell we're going to continue to watch. And James, the last couple scans have looked a little less impressive here, at least less threatening from a radar standpoint, but as we know,
let's look out the window. We got some WEXO 5 videos here coming from neighborhoods. This is a very densely populated part of the Tuscaloosa metro, the area around Huntington Place, up near Tuscaloosa County High School, and these are some videos taken from those particular neighborhoods. And again, we're seeing a lot of rain, and if there was a tornado involved here, it is most likely rain wrapped, which means it's going to be really hard to see. In fact, in a situation like this, you might have to just listen to it. Again, this is a video. Looks like that might be a mounted camera, or not, actually it's not. Somebody's got a handheld phone there. And again, that's looking right up into the rear flank of that storm under the updraft, where there could be a wall cloud, possibly a tornado. But again, with the population density, we would know pretty quickly if we had a big tornado down, and we're not seeing any damage at this point.
Riley says he's right behind it and to take his shot
All right,
here.
let's go.
I'm not sure so where exactly he is. Let's see.
Can we talk with him, Dennis? Has he got a mic up? Riley, where are you to talk to us?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go.
Can y'all hear me?
You're on the air.
So we are right off of County Road or Highway 43, on really close to Goodwater Road. We did see one car in the ditch, but as we drove through north side, we didn't really see that much damage. Whoa! Just saw a big lightning strike. But we are southwest of this thing. On radar, it's still a very impressive signature, but as of right now, we can't give any ground truth, but I can confirm we are in a safe place. We are not in the path of this thing, and we're gonna try to stay behind it as much as we can to give you guys some ground truth, because it's a wicked looking storm on radar.
You say there was a car in a ditch. You think that was related to high wind or a tornado?
It certainly could have been. There was a EMT and police blocking the road, and it looks like it had front end damage, like it was thrown into the ditch and landed hood first, like the hood was dented real bad. And I think it certainly could have been wind or even tornado damage, but I think we're about to hit the road to try to stay, if we can stay behind this thing, James, and we'll try to get you some more ground truth here in the next few minutes.
Okay, good deal. Thank you, Riley. That's Riley Blackwell, one of our meteorologists out in the field. And again, this thing, it's pretty impressive here. It's starting to tighten up, I think. Again, it's very close to our 2,000-foot tower at Wyndham Springs. If you live in northern Tuscaloosa County, you see those big twin 2,000-foot towers. It's very close to those. And again, so the good news, again, we can clear US 43 and points west. We've already done that. In a minute, we'll clear Highway 69. Not quite yet, but in just about a minute or so. And then it's kind of coming up here into coal country that's pretty sparsely populated. And again, this is the river. A lot of folks live on the river here, the Warrior River. And again, this is where the Mulberry and the Locust Fork split off. And again, that circulation is coming up into southern parts of Walker and northwestern parts of Jefferson. This will not affect the city of Birmingham. This will affect far, far northwest Jefferson County, if it affects the county at all. Places like West Jefferson, which is located right here, Birmingport, along the Warrior River. But it's clearly, I would imagine, we're going to see a new tornado warning, Evan, in a matter of minutes here with this.
Yeah, I would think so. No talks of it as of now. I do see a report, Highway 43, which is where Riley was, some trees down blocking parts of 43. And it looks like John John DeBlock is showing a TDS over State Route 69. So I'm going to jump to that. That's how we tell if there's a debris signature. You see how bright that green is there. This is cycled back up, and it is looking impressive here. So I believe that's what he's looking at right there. I'm going to drag this back and see if there's anything else in the last. Yeah, so there it is. It's not as impressive and pronounced as the one back along US 82 earlier, but there it is. That was at 4:13, so a couple minutes ago. And you can see where that is now, just to south of County Road 38. So certainly evidence that once again this touchdown, once again lofted debris, things that aren't meant to be in the atmosphere, and that is a way that we can absolutely, say, hey, there has been something on the ground here. So where is this headed? A lot of folks, asking that. And again, this is kind of meandered in and out of some higher population areas and lesser so. If you're up here in southeastern Walker County, as a good heads up, this is going to be moving towards Tutwiler, Good Springs, eventually towards I-22. It looks like somewhere between Cordova and West Jefferson. So this is a wide berth we're giving it because it could shift. Sometimes these tend to turn, and especially now that it's ramping back up with its circulation, it very well could do that. So let me draw a track on this just to show a general idea of where this could be headed. And again, this is moving at about 50, 55 miles an hour, and that would put it in these areas somewhere past 4:30, closer to 5 o'clock probably as you get over to Dora, and then that I-22 stretch. Again, if this holds together, we'll have to watch too, as it has oscillated a little bit to the north and south in its history here, going back into.
Let's go to WEX 05 real quick. This is a tree that is down, and I want to say this is up around Tierce Patton or Mitt-Larry roads, and again, you can see this is some of the first evidence that maybe, if nothing else, the rear flank downdraft, but possibly related to inflow or possibly related to a tornado. And again, this is right where that couplet passed. And this was taken about 5 to 10 minutes ago, and this is in Northport up US 43. And again, this is an image that, or a video that came in from Lake Tuscaloosa. And again, they've got a pretty good look into this thing. And again, that's where we would see the couplet there. This was taken about, again, 5-10 minutes ago. And with all these videos, and we are so thankful for all of these videos. It's like our window to the world. And but we've not seen clear evidence of a tornado. Not saying there's one probably there, we just can't see it. So again, now let's go back to the radar, and I would imagine here in a second we're going to see a new tornado warning. And there's your TDS, the tornado debris signature here. This is debris that's being lofted, so that's a sign the tornado is down. And in a matter of moments, we'll get a new tornado warning for parts of Walker and extreme northwestern Jefferson. But again, this TDS, the debris signature being lofted, is now well to the east of Highway 69. So we can give an all clear for Alabama 69 at points west. Highway 69 points west, all clear. You're good. You can come out of your storm safe place and go about your routine. Again, next up, we're going to be looking at probably southern Walker here. And again, Parrish is here. That's Alabama Highway 269. Good Springs here, crosses over into Jefferson County at Birmingport. That's Interstate 22 right here. This is Cordova. And understand on this track that tornado could be moving up in that general direction. We'll see. There's a lot of rain in there, Evan, a lot of rain here, and we hope that will help to mitigate this thing to some degree.
Yeah, it looks like, according to the Weather Service, they will issue downstream to Walker County. But I am very interested to see how this interacts with a rain-cooled air. Something else to point out here, James, there is now cells to the south and to the east of this, so that could potentially disrupt the overall circulation. So over near Oak Grove, you've got this subsevere cell. So this is going to be moving up in this direction towards Tutwiler, Faith Church, Good Springs, right just to the north of the Jefferson Walker County line. But it's moving into an environment that is much more stable. And I've watched these a lot over the years, and when they're freely spinning these supercells in an uncontaminated atmosphere or air mass, they tend to just keep going. This is going to move into an area that has seen a decent amount of rainfall here over the last little while. So again, big picture, that is the lone warning we have. It is a confirmed tornado warning. Everywhere else, again, it might be loud. If you're over in Aliceville and it is incredibly loud there, it absolutely is. You are 100% right. Look at that 500, 400, 300 lightning strikes in the last 10 minutes there just in southern Pickens County, but there is nothing of severity there right now. There's been kind of a suspicious looking cell we'll keep an eye on here coming up on Aliceville there and Highway 14, so we'll keep a close eye on it. But again, I want to go back just to the big view here. For those of you who are watching and they're saying, hey, we haven't talked about your town. If you don't hear about your town, it's a good thing. Okay, there's one lone warning here, and it's for this cell that's moving through Tuscaloosa County. It's about to cross into southern Walker County. All the rest of this is very stratiform rain, okay? And then you've got stuff back to the south and west that we'll have to watch over the next couple of hours coming out of Mississippi, as these have been confirmed tornadoes as well. But notice, this is moving into now an area that it's no longer freely by itself. And there's the tornado warning. So I want to zoom in and get you the latest on that. This includes a big chunk of Walker County, including Parrish, Dora, Cordova, Barney, Good Springs. And this will continue off to the north and east here towards Sipsey, eventually coming up on I-22, US Highway 5 as well. I'll depict some of those roadways here. So this is I-22. Jasper, you are not in this polygon here. You're omitted. West Jefferson appears also just outside. So that's kind of your boundary. You got West Jefferson to the east, and you've got Jasper to the west, and points in between there are included in that new polygon. And this one is going to go it looks like for the next over an hour, or actually just under an hour. This will go until 5:15, and at the rate which this is moving, if you are in Walker County, if you are in these areas listed in the polygon, you need to go ahead and take action. This is moving very quickly here. Bankhead, you're just outside of it. Highway 69, you're just outside of it here. Once you get north of places like Bethel Church, 69 is included in this in southern parts of Walker County. Oakman, you're just outside of the polygon. And again, most of Jefferson County here, northern Jefferson County, omitted from this. This really goes right along the river there, James, and right along the county line. So we'll be watching this over the next little while. I'm going to do a time of arrival really quick here. And again, the circulation is back here. Whoops, let's clear that out. Back here near 69, it's kind of broadened out again, but assuming this holds together, Good Springs by about 435, I-22 by about 440, Highway 5 near Sipsey about 448, and then this would eventually head towards locations like Arkadelphia at about 5 o'clock this evening. So moving along pretty quickly. As I mentioned, this is moving into an air mass that has been tainted by rain. There's a lot of stratiform rain out here, and I would not be surprised if we slowly see the structure of this weaken, and I certainly hope that's the case here as we move forward the next half hour or so.
All right, so it's 4:23. This is James Spann with Evan Chick-Vera. We are working a tornado warning now for Walker County for this potential tornado that's moving out of northeast Tuscaloosa County. It is northeast of Wyndham Springs, and it will be moving up into southern Walker County. Again, you can see some of the communities in the path of this. You've got places like Highway 269, Parish, Good Springs, Pumpkin Center, right in through here. Cordova, right here, that's Interstate 22, and obviously nobody should be driving along Interstate 22 at this point from West Jefferson to Jasper. You just need to sit back, relax, wait till this thing passes. The last thing you want to do is be on the highway here. And again, Interstate 22 is right here. That's the old U.S. Highway 78 that's now Alabama 5. But again, Dora, Summerton, Sipsey, Empire, Cordova, you're all in the polygon right here. If we call out your name, you're in it. Parish, Tutwiler, you're in the polygon, so just be aware of that. And again, tornado is here, moving into Walker County right here. Jefferson County is not involved in this. This has enough northward component of motion to keep it out of Jefferson County. So again, this is exclusively the southern part of Walker County. And again, Jasper is not quite in this. The city of Jasper, the tornado warning polygon is just south of Jasper. So Jasper, north and west, places like Carbon Hill, you're not in this. Jasper, you're not in it. Curry, you're not in it. This is for, again, Sipsey, Empire, Cordova, Dora, Summerton, Gorgas, Good Springs, Parish, right here. That's Alabama Highway 269 right here. This is Alabama 69 coming up toward Oakman, but it's now east of Highway 69. And next up, the next road here that will affect is Highway 269. And again, I've seen a few trees down. I've not seen any major structural damage at this point. But we get, and again, I'm so thankful for we can't show all the video that comes in, but all the video is extremely helpful in that we can see the world as it happens. Radar is great, but you can't beat ground truth and ground video here. And in fact, I'll pop another one here. Let's see what this one looks like. Again, the very densely populated part of Tuscaloosa County has experienced this. So let's go to WEX 05 and see what we have here. That's probably the best look at the wall cloud we've seen, and that might be a tornado right there. Again, this is up US 43, and again, that could very well be that tornado, or at least a wall cloud. And it's awfully hard to confirm that, but again, that's a video taken about 10, 15 minutes ago. So let's go back to the radar here. Again, we are live at 4:26. We have a tornado warning, and notice the purple polygon. That means that there is a confirmed tornado here based on a debris signature on radar, and that's crossing out of northeast Tuscaloosa County into Walker County. And again, the tornadic circulation is east of Alabama Highway 69. Next, it'll be crossing Alabama Highway 269. So again, Parish, all the way down to the river. You need to be sheltered. Good Springs, Pumpkin Center. Interstate 22, nobody should be driving along Interstate 22. You're in the polygon. The town of Cordova, Barton Chapel, you're in the polygon. Dora, Summerton, Sipsey, Empire. All these places, you are in the polygon with this storm. John Brown is going to be on this one. And let's see, John's on rim 11. Let's take his shot real quick, Dennis. John is going to be intercepting this storm along Interstate 22. And John does a very good job. For those that don't know, John was one of our heroes in the Tuscaloosa tornado back in 2011. He was out with Mike Wilhelm, and his work is just outstanding, second to none. And he does it with a servant's heart. He does it to help people, and that's so great. But you can see down below, that's Interstate 22, and John will put himself in a safe position. Listen, John has been trained for, goodness, 15, 20 years. He's very good at this. And again, we don't want anybody doing what he's doing. But the one thing we don't want to see is a lot of traffic out there. We are encouraging anybody that can hear my voice. If you're along Interstate 22 out here, you need to be off that highway, out of your car, into a gas station, into a fast food restaurant, some place that can offer shelter, because Interstate 22 is right in the path of this. So again, we're going to be watching John's stream with great interest, but let's go back to the radar. And there's your tornado right here that is now in the far southern part of Walker County. Now, Oakman is here. Oakman is not involved in the tornado warning polygon here. The possible tornado is about 8 miles due south of downtown Oakman. And again, that'll be coming right out here toward Highway 269, probably passing a little south of Parrish. The old Parrish High School sits right here. And from there, it's going to cross Interstate 22. And again, John is in a position to look up into this along Interstate 22, and we can really get a good view here. John's in a really good position, and we'll be watching his camera with great interest. From there, it's going to be crossing over Old U.S. Highway 78. That's the old 78 from Birmingham to Jasper. Now it's Alabama Highway 5. Around Dora and Summerton. Dora here, Summerton here, Sipsey, and Empire. And again, this is a very dangerous situation, and the encouragement today is to please take these seriously. I know that we've not had a lot of major damage so far. We hope it stays that way, best possible situation. But the atmosphere today can produce some very violent tornadoes, and every warning you need to take seriously, every one of them. And, you know, I think you can read the difference in my voice sometimes and in my demeanor. This is one where we're not fooling around. This is serious business. So, again, if you are in one of these polygons, you need to be sheltered. We're looking at correlation coefficient, not seeing any strong evidence of debris being lofted at this point, but that could easily change. A little negative drop right here that might be the beginning of a TDS or a tornado debris signature here. So let's pat back on the velocity, which is going to tell the story. And again, you can see the couplet is located about probably 7 miles due south of Parrish in Walker County. And again, that's going to be coming out toward Highway 269, which is right here. But Parrish is here. Tornado couplet just south of Parrish. And again, that'll be crossing out here near Good Springs. Gorgas, the old Gorgas steam plant that's on the river. The river is located right here. And from there, it's going to be coming out here along Interstate Highway 22. And again, the encouragement here, nobody should be driving along Interstate 22 between West Jefferson and Jasper. We encourage folks just to pull over, get into a gas station, some place that can offer a shelter, fast food restaurant. And then from there, it's going to cross over Highway 5. This should be near Interstate 22 at 440. That's in 10 minutes. And it might be faster than that. But again, I'm looking as hard as I can, and I'm not seeing extensive damage in Tuscaloosa County. Evan, I don't think you have either, right?
No, I've not, and I've been checking multiple outlets here, and as we know, if there's ever anything happening, James's inbox fills quicker than anybody else. So the fact that we're not seeing these damage reports is a wonderful thing. The fact that this continues to move into an area that's a little bit more stable is hopeful. It's encouraging. That does not mean this has lost its potency, its serious nature at this point. This is coming up, as we mentioned, here's 269. And then right after that, this is coming up on I-22. And then after that, it'll be Highway 5. And eventually downstream, and this is moving at about 50, 55 miles an hour, which is, I've tried to adjust our time of arrival tool here to reflect that. But within, less than 10 minutes, this is going to be on I-22, and within about 16 minutes, this will be on Highway 5, and then this could be in, southern parts of Cullman or Blount County by 5 o'clock this evening. So moving very quickly. This latest scan Much less impressive, however, I will say there still appears to be a little gate to gate here where the red and the green pixels are touching, and that's what you look for. Those are winds moving with relation to the radar, either towards or away within the same space. So that's your rotation here. And right now it appears to be just to the south of Pleasant Field. I'll circle where that would most likely be, again, if it is down in this general area here. It looks like continuing to cross, let's see, Tierce Patton Road. Getting my letters crossed up there, but this is now it looks like the center circulation's jumped a little bit further to the north. So you see in between scans, these can sometimes oscillate and move, and this is now right over Pleasant Field. It's broadened out, but there's still that gate-to-gate concern here. And according to John DeBlock down at the Weather Service, there was indeed a debris signature, if not briefly, on this just a couple of minutes ago, and I think that's what we're looking at here. Not as defined as what we saw back in Tuscaloosa County, but nevertheless something to watch indeed here as we move forward. So very cluttered on the reflectivity product here. It certainly doesn't look as organized. If you're up near Parrish, or even north of this polygon, there's a decent amount of hail here. As you get up towards Jasper, we've got our Jasper sky cam. We may take it here in just a little bit to see if there's hail coming down, but that's with this flank here where you're seeing those pinks right along 69 near Coal Valley and Hilliard. That's likely a good old hail core there. And then it's much harder to see that classic signature on our reflectivity than what we did earlier. That's a good sign that maybe this is losing some of its oomph. But again, here on our velocity product, we're still watching. This is right near Pleasant Field. Here's 269, and this is racing off towards, I mean, look at every time we get a new scan in, it's jumped a good amount.
Let's go to WEX 05 real quick. This is going to be some damage near Lake Tuscaloosa. And again, this is from what could be either strong straight line winds or possibly a tornado here. This damage is from Pier 43, which is a boat dealer there on Lake Tuscaloosa. So again, this was some damage at that particular point. Also, this is a tree that was blown down. We're starting to see more and more images like this. This is a tree down right at Lake Tuscaloosa. And again, this is near Pier 43, which is on Lake Tuscaloosa. And there's a cat that loves to watch us. But again, this is more of the tree damage we're starting to see in Tuscaloosa County. And whether that was a tornado that caused that damage or straight line winds or rear flank downdraft, we don't know that yet. There's a tree snapped off. So again, we're starting to see evidence that we maybe had a small tornado down or certainly some strong straight line winds coming through parts of northern Tuscaloosa County up around Lake Tuscaloosa. So I just wanted to show some of that. So let's go back to the radar. And again, the storm that produced the damage you saw is here. And again, it looks like the classic supercell type storm, inflow notch, possible tornado here passing south of Parrish. And that's going to be on Interstate 22. So let's take John Brown's stream, Dennis, if we can. John is going to be on Interstate 22. And I believe he is on, let's see. Yeah, there you go. That's the one. So this is John's stream, and he's along Interstate 22 coming up on this in a safe fashion, and we'll see if we can see anything. At the rate this thing is moving, it's going to be on Interstate 22 in just a matter of 4 or 5 minutes.
We got a new warning. This is back in Pickens County, James.
Okay. So let's look at that real quick. Let's go back to the radar. Let's take a look at our new tornado warning here. This is going to be a tornado warning in effect for Pickens County for this rotation here that is located east of Aliceville. East of Aliceville. All right, so this is Alabama Highway 17 right here from Aliceville back up to Carrollton. Tornadic circulation about 5 to 6 miles south-southeast of Carrollton that's moving northeast. And again, that will take it into, again, Tuscaloosa County, same places we called out before. Again, this may be, well, it's pretty similar. So again, tornado warning now for Pickens County, and we'll see. Gordo is in the polygon, Reform is not. So a tornado warning for Pickens County, the southern and really the southeastern half of Pickens County. US 82 is right here. Possible tornadic circulation south of Carrollton that's going to be moving northeast, and that will be crossing into, again, northern Tuscaloosa County. This circulation will not, like the first one, will not affect the city of Tuscaloosa or the campus of the University of Alabama. So tornado warning for Pickens County in West Alabama. If you're in this polygon, that would include Gordo, You got to be sheltered, no mobile homes, no cars. Small room, lowest floor, near the center, no windows, helmet if you have one. So let's go back up to the Walker County storm. Now that we have 2 tornado warnings, we'll have to kind of bounce back and forth between the two. And again, you can see the possible tornado that is in Walker County is just south of Parrish, and that's going to come right up on Interstate 22 in a matter of minutes, and it's approaching Cordova. So obviously everybody in Cordova, you got to be sheltered now. You should have been sheltered when the warning was issued. But let's go back to John Brown Stream on 11. He's on Interstate 22 coming up on this from the south. And hopefully we'll be able to maintain the signal through there. And again, we'll see if we see anything. The one thing about it is a fairly clear shot. We can see a pretty good distance from Interstate 22. And John will take a look and see if we see any sign of a tornado with this when it crosses the interstate. That's going to be in a matter of minutes. So again, we'll check back with John Stream here in just a second. But again, that's Interstate 22 as he's coming up on Cordova and the community of Barney, which is right there along Interstate 22. So back to the radar, we're breaking 2 tornado warnings now. The lead circulation is in Walker County, and quite frankly, the velocities have come down. But this has been kind of a cyclic storm. This has knocked down some trees and caused some damage in northern Tuscaloosa County, and that circulation will be up on Interstate 22 literally in a matter of minutes. In fact, it's probably approaching the interstate right now. We can give an all clear for Highway 269. So 269, Parrish down to Good Springs, Gorgas, you're good. This particular circulation has moved on to the east. The next concern is Interstate 22. So let's go back to John's live stream. Again, this is John Brown, who is coming up on the spot where we have that broad rotation. Again, it's relatively broad at this point, but we'll look and see if we see anything. And this has not been a day where we've been able to show a lot of tornadoes. So we've just not been able to do that because, number one, they've been rain-wrapped, the ones that we've had. And number two, so far, we've not had that many. But again, understand we have a long way to go here. Understand the window for severe storms will continue for parts of the state until almost midnight tonight, the eastern side of the state. I think for the Birmingham Metro, the severe weather threat will probably be over by 8 or 9 o'clock. Anniston, Gadsden, 10 to 11 o'clock, and everything should be out of the state by 12 midnight tonight. But it's 4:30, so we still have a long way to go. In some parts of the state, you've got 8 hours left with a severe weather threat. But of course, we'll start to clear the counties from the west as we see the drier air beginning to come in here. So again, that's John's stream, and we'll keep a close eye on that. We'll go back to the radar. We're going to bounce between the 2 storms we have here, the storm that is in Walker County. And again, this thing is really broadened out, and that's good. The velocities have come down, and I would suggest really at this point, we've just got broad rotation. That's not really a tornado signature here. So again, looking at John's stream, there was no evidence of a tornado. We're not seeing much evidence on radar. So that's storm number 1, but this one looks nasty. Oh boy, that looks bad. That looks like a tornado is down. And let's look at the correlation coefficient real quick and see if we have any debris. Not yet. I bet you we will here in a minute, and there we go. There's your debris that's being lofted. So this is a tornado that is basically down. I would imagine this polygon will start flashing purple here in a minute. That means that we have a confirmed tornado. And this tornado is going to be moving out in the direction of US Highway 82 between Gordo and the Tuscaloosa County line. And again, Gordo's in the polygon. If you're in the polygon, respect it, be sheltered, stay safe until we give you an all clear. But we clearly have a tornado down in Pickens County. This is the southeastern part of Pickens County. Reform, you're not in this. Carrollton, you're not in this. Pickensville, no. Aliceville, no. This is for the southeast part of the county. And again, that's going to be coming up on US 82 in about 9 minutes. It's 4:41, and the system's suggesting it's going to be on US 82. Boy, look at that. That's nasty.
Wow.
That's not good. This could be a very violent tornado that is down in Pickens County right now. That's the last thing you want to see. And again, it's clearly lofting debris, and that's going to be coming right up in the direction of Gordo. So this is serious. Again, everything we call out today is serious. This is a high-risk day, level 5 out of 5. We don't have these days that often, maybe once every couple of years. And the atmospherics would support a few violent long-track tornadoes today. We've been trying to communicate that for the past several days, and we hope this doesn't turn into one, but it's not a good look. Let's go back to the CC drop, and again, you'll see that really dark blue showing up right there. That's a very, very strong evidence that we've got a very significant tornado down. And again, that is coming right up on US 82. This is the county line. This is Tuscaloosa County, and this is Gordo right here. So obviously no traveling on US 82 from the county line to Reform for about the next 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And we'll see how this thing behaves as it comes up on US 82. Where's Riley now, Evan? Do we know? Because I would love to get a camera on this thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I will reach back out to him. Last I heard, he was looking for somewhere to get a signal, and we've got another crew that is headed towards Pickens County, towards Gordo on 82. So I'm going to tell them to be very careful, to maybe hold up closer to the Tuscaloosa County line, because that is indeed not something you want to cross here. That is probably the most 100% we could define. That is a tornado debris signature headed towards Gordo. So Highway 82 heads up. I mean, this is coming right over there, and this has quickly become the feature of note on the map here. Is the velocity is looking very intense as well. So this is headed, I mean, right towards Gordo, right towards Highway 82. So we've got a crew there. It looks like, according to them, there on the right side, the Pickens County one, so they should be coming up. I don't know if we have their feed. Is that them on the side of the road on that live feed? If we can, we can take it. They should be looking off in the general direction. It looks like they're between Buell and Holman on 82, and they have stopped. So okay, so this is Aaron. They're in between Buell and Holman, and that is currently from the center of this. They are about 12 miles away, and this is going to cross right just about, I would say, about 5 or 6 miles in front of where they're at. And as you can see, there's just a ton of rain. You're not going to see this stuff, but this is a very good signature, and one that we already know is confirmed on radar. That's why it's, man, James, these values continue to go up here in terms of that CC there. So debris signature, very scary looking one here.
Yeah, listen, this could be a really big tornado. This is serious. Again, every tornado warning is serious today. This is not good. So we've got what could be a major tornado down coming right up on Gordo. Again, if you're anywhere near Gordo, you've got to be sheltered right now. You've got to be sheltered. You've got to be sheltered. Alabama Highway 86 is this road right here. And this thing is just kind of trucking along Highway 86. That runs from Gordo back over to Carrollton. And again, this is going to be right up on US 82 in a matter of minutes. And you can't be in a mobile home. If this is a large tornado, you can't survive that in a trailer. And hopefully when the warning was issued, people got into a safe place. But again, if you're in Tuscaloosa County, Ecola back up toward Brownville, beware, this is coming to you, and you need to be out of a mobile home up here. But again, this could be a violent, very strong tornado, violent tornado, EF3 or higher, based on what we're seeing here with a TDS. And I've been doing this since we've had dual polarization radar, and I'm pretty used to what these signatures look like here. But this could be a very meaningful tornado that's about to come up right on Gordo in Pickens County. And for these larger tornadoes like this, this is the greatest threat to human life that we're going to have in this situation. It's not the hail, it's not the thunder, the lightning, but it's this, the potential for a violent long-track tornado. So again, Alabama 86, obviously nobody needs to be on that road. That tornado is basically on Alabama 86 now, and that thing is going to be coming right up toward Gordo. And that's just not a good situation here. So I understand we have a tornado warning in Walker, and we'll show that one in just a moment. But the good news, the Walker warning is still in effect, but the signature is much, much weaker there. The radar has broadened out the circulation. But again, there's the new volume scan, and the TDS continues to be there. And here's your new warning. So we have a warning now for northern Tuscaloosa County. Let's look at the Tuscaloosa County and the Fayette County warning. So we have a warning in effect now for southern Fayette, northern Tuscaloosa counties for this, what could be a very meaningful tornado that's approaching Gordo. In Tuscaloosa County, this does not include Tuscaloosa, Northport. This includes Samantha. It includes Brownville, New Lexington. In Fayette County, it does not include the city of Fayette. It does include Berry and Fayette County. You're in this tornado warning polygon. And again, we'll take that banner down right there. That's the tornado that's moving up in this direction right in through here. And again, it's going to cross US 82 in a matter of minutes. Again, this is Highway 171. This is US 43. And I know that if you're in these areas, you have been sheltered earlier in the day today. But I just would encourage you to please take every warning seriously. And I promise you won't regret taking a shelter for this thing. So it's going to come out to Highway 171 at 5:03. It's currently 4:46. US 43 at 5:12. And from there, it's going to wind up maybe moving back into Walker County out of Fayette County. But again, the warning, northern Tuscaloosa. This is far north of the city of Tuscaloosa and the southeastern part of Fayette County that includes the city of Berry. But let's go back to our correlation coefficient product, the debris tracker. And yeah, wow. So again, this is coming right up on Gordo. It's going to be a situation where you've got to be sheltered. You've got to be sheltered right now if you're in the city of Gordo. And again, from there, it's going to cross into Tuscaloosa County. And if we by chance have any traffic cameras on US 82 and Gordo, if you guys would let me know, I'd love to see that. Again, we want to get a visual on this if we possibly can.
We've got our field crew, Aaron, and them. They have inched their way down 82. I think they might be closer to Holman right now. If they inch a little closer to Gordo, I know there's shots up right there, and there's really not a whole lot to see. It's very, very calm. But this, James, is one of the scarier. I mean, look at the size of that debris signature. Just continues to grow near Bostic and Bell.
Yeah. Well, let's go to Cullman County real quick because I think they've extended the tornado warning for the Walker County storm. Let's go back to the graphics here into Cullman County. So again, this is a potential circulation that is near Interstate 22, and the Weather Service in Huntsville has issued a tornado warning now for parts of Cullman County. So let's look at Cullman County. Let's show you who's in and who's out. So the city of Cullman is in, barely. Holly Pond is in. Baileyton is in. Hanceville, Dodge City, Good Hope, Bremen, Brushy Pond. If we're calling out these communities, you're in this polygon. This is a new tornado warning polygon for the southern and eastern part of Cullman County, basically from Cullman South and Cullman East. This does not include places like West Point, Battleground, Jones Chapel. You're not in this. It does include Cullman, South, and East. So let's look at that circulation real quick. It's coming, it's along Interstate 22. And if we can take John Brown's camera real quick, Dennis, he's on this storm. And let's see what he's got. It looks relatively broad at this point, but again, it has produced some damage. And again, that is John Brown in the vicinity of that couplet on Interstate 22 that is in Walker County, not too far from Cordova. And again, based on the projected motion, that's going to come out towards Sipsey, Empire, then into southern and eastern Cullman County. So again, back to the graphics. So again, if you're in Cullman County, understand we have a tornado warning in effect now for southern and eastern Cullman County. This includes the city of Cullman and points south and east. Cullman over to Holly Pond, all the way down to the county line. This includes Hanceville, Dodge City, Brushy Pond, Berlin. All of these communities are in this polygon. So you now need to be sheltered in a small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows, helmet on, no mobile homes. You need to go to a shelter if you're in a mobile home. And these are approximate arrival times to Interstate 65, 509, US 31, 517, US Highway 278 at 525. And more than likely, this will be passing south of Cullman, but still, Cullman is in the polygon. So if you're in Cullman, we advise you to respect the polygon and be sheltered. So that is, and again, it's a fairly broad circulation, but it's produced damage in Tuscaloosa County, North Tuscaloosa County earlier. It's looked much better than this, but the circulation is now north of Alabama Highway 5, which is right here. That's the old US Highway 78. It's out here towards Sipsey, and that'll be crossing over into southern Cullman County around Arkadelphia, Bug Tussle here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So let's go back to Pickens County, and again, we're working multiple tornadoes here, and this is a very, very nasty looking situation here. We could have a very meaningful tornado down very close to Gordo. And let's look at our correlation coefficient product and see if we're still seeing debris being lofted, and we are. Wow. That's not good. And so this is a situation where you've got to be sheltered. We hope everybody in Gordo is sheltered. This is bad.
Yeah, National Weather Service is overemphasizing you got to take cover in Gordo, most dangerous cell we've seen.
Right. This by far is the most intense signature of the day in terms of tornadoes. And again, from there, it'll be coming out across Highway 159. 159 runs up to Fayette. And then from there, it moves over into Tuscaloosa County. And this could be a big tornado. This could be a big one. And again, the atmospherics today favor big tornadoes. All right. And again, Tuscaloosa County, that's Highway 171, Moores Bridge here, Brownville here. From there, it's going to move up in the direction of Samantha, Northside High School, and then from there up into southeast Fayette County, maybe affecting the city of Berry. And again, for the tornado warning polygons here, we stress the city of Fayette, not in this one. Fayette is not in this tornado warning polygon. Berry is. And in Tuscaloosa County, this is far north of the city of Tuscaloosa. This is not affecting the city of Tuscaloosa. This is affecting the far northern part of Tuscaloosa County. So this is the most dangerous signature on the board right now, what could be a very meaningful, significant, maybe a violent tornado near Gordo. Let's go to our other storm. We're going to bounce back and forth between the two. The second one is located here in Walker County, and we'll flip over to the velocity display. And again, you can see evidence of a tornado down here at Sipsey, and that's going to be crossing out of Walker County into Cullman County, southern Cullman County. Arkadelphia, Wilburn, Bug Tussle, then out here toward Bremen, Brushy Pond, Colony, Dodge City, Hanceville, Good Hope. Then ultimately up toward Highway 278, that would be up toward Holly Pond and Berlin and places like that. So again, tornado warning in effect for southern and eastern Cullman County, and these are the arrival times, Interstate 65 at 5:12. And obviously we advise no traveling along Interstate 65 from the Blount County line to the city of Cullman for the next 25 minutes. Should arrive on U.S. Highway 278 around 5:26, ultimately up here toward Baileyton, Joppa, and Arab. And from there, if it stays down, it goes into Marshall County. We have seen the signature looking better here, but it's cyclical. It comes and it goes, and again, it's pretty. It's there. There's no doubt about that. So again, and this has produced some damage in Tuscaloosa County, in North Tuscaloosa County. Watching a lot of reports coming in here, and the greatest concern for the moment is this thing in Pickens County. It's nasty, Evan, bad.
Yeah, absolutely is here, and it's good to see that one to the north is leaving Walker and heading into Cullman County. That it looks like it's beginning to weaken to some extent. Still not out of the woods with that one, but this is scary watching this one and the debris plume that came up. We have a crew that is on their way very slowly, headed towards the center of this. They're being very careful there on Highway 82, but this is certainly one of the scariest. Okay, so where you see the bright green and brighter reds touching, that is as good a sign as you can have that there's a tornado on the ground. So this is the Birmingham radar. I'm going to switch over to Columbus because this is a good view here. But boy, I tell you what, this is scary. Folks in Gordo, this is moving just to the northwest. But if you live along Highway 171 here, you're next up, and this has been serious business as far as the strength and intensity of this. So again, we talked about this, the potential long track here, and this cell is obviously not bothered at all by the fact that there's been some rain-cooled air. So near Moores Bridge, coming up here, this is moving into western Tuscaloosa County. This is kind of skirting the northernmost part of this polygon. So if you're down US 82 closer to Holman, you're in the polygon, but this is not going to hit places like Holman or Cola or Shirley. This likely passes just to the north of Brownville. Again, stay in your safe place for now. This will continue to move away from these areas, but eventually Highway 171 and then 143 again, we'll be looking at the potential of a tornado crossing here. So this one's been pretty scary. There's a look at the debris, and what you're noticing is because of the winds aloft, this is actually the debris being carried north of the center circulation, and it's continuing to produce debris. It looks like in the latest scans here. So this is a tornado on the ground. Very, very serious situation coming out of Pickens and into Tuscaloosa County. So folks in northwestern Tuscaloosa County have got to take shelter to get into their safe place. And I'd even advance this ahead as you get up into parts of Fayette County, Walker County, because if this continues at even a marginal strength of what it is now, this is going to be a big problem moving forward here. So big picture, those are our two main warnings. Unfortunately, we have to look back here as well towards Sumter County because we've got another confirmed tornado just on the Mississippi side of things here. So this coming out of Meridian, this will eventually be in Sumter County and then eventually to parts of Greene and Hale. And again, these are confirmed. They're blinking pink because we know they're there. We know they've touched down and they're a serious issue as of right now. So zooming back into our northern one here near Arkadelphia. This one's been one that's, as James mentioned, has been cyclical. And it does look like, once again, it's cycled better here. This is Wilburn, Arkadelphia. This is headed up towards Dodge City, and eventually will be coming up over I-65 here momentarily, not too far from now. And I could do a little time of arrival on this, and this can vary, but you know, we've been saying about 10 after 5 for I-65 here as this arrives. So again, there's history with this one. There's been damage back in Tuscaloosa County. This is a very serious cell that's really gone all the way back into Mississippi. This went back and had damage reports in Kemper County, Mississippi.
Let's look at WEX 05. This is going to be some video from Summiton. And again, this is the storm that's prompted the tornado warning for Cullman County. And once again, that could be a wall cloud. That does look like the right part of the storm for where there would be a tornado if it was down. But it's already come through the Doris, Summiton, Sipsey Empire. That's the storm that is crossing over into Cullman County. So again, we can't say for sure there's a tornado there, but we certainly have seen some damage. In fact, this is some of the damage from that storm when it came through northern Tuscaloosa County. You can see obviously the location there was Tierce Patton Road. Looks like that sign is kind of stuck in the tree there. And we're getting a lot of tree down reports. This is Lewiston. This was in northern Greene County earlier today. And again, it's been a situation where we've seen a lot of damage like that. That fence down, that is up in North Tuscaloosa County around Lake Tuscaloosa County. So let's go back to our radar. We're at 4:58, and we have tornado warning polygons in effect now for southern and eastern Cullman County. Tornado warning polygons in effect now for northern Tuscaloosa and southeastern Fayette counties. Let's begin with our storm that's coming out of Pickens County. And again, it seems like there was a very meaningful tornado for sure. We saw the debris being lofted on radar here. And again, we've still got the what could be a debris signature right in through here. And again, that's in the far northeastern part of Pickens County. The tornado's already crossed 82. So if you're in Gordo, we'll give you an all clear. Gordo, US 82, points south and west, all clear. Now the focus shifts to northern Tuscaloosa and southern Fayette counties. And again, Moores Bridge, New Lexington, Samantha, up here toward Berry, Bankston. This is Highway 171. This is US 43. And again, of course, nobody should be driving during this. But again, we have a very strong indication of a tornado that is moving out of Pickens County into extreme northern Tuscaloosa counties. The tornado should be near Highway 171 in about 5 minutes. Should be over here along US Highway 43 at about 5:16, 5:15 or so. And then it keeps on moving up into eastern Fayette County. Fayette County is not involved in the polygon here. That would be Highway 18 up here that's a little to the east of Berry. But again, strong indication of a tornado. And again, this thing really looked nasty when it came through Gordo or close to Gordo. And again, that tornado will be coming up into northern Tuscaloosa County and southern Fayette counties here. Let's look at the next storm, the other tornado we're working to. This is the one that's coming up into Cullman County. And again, you can see the circulation that's located right here that's on the Walker-Cullman County line. I think it's safe to say we can give an all clear now to Cullman or to Walker County. Walker County, it's out of the county in this case. You can see that Brushy Pond is here. This is Cold Springs. Dodge City is here. This is Highway 69 that goes back down toward Jasper. And that possible tornado circulation is pretty close to Brushy Pond and Bremen. And it's kind of hugging the northern part of this polygon, which means the city of Cullman is in the northern part of the polygon, and you need to be sheltered. Good Hope is next, and the city of Cullman is next. So again, we advise no travel along Interstate 65 from the Blount County line to the city of Cullman for the next 20 minutes. And again, it should be along Interstate 65 near Good Hope at 511. It's going to be pretty close to the schools at Good Hope, and then it's going to come up maybe in the southern part of the city of Cullman at about 516 or so over here on US 278 near the water treatment plant. But it looks like with this particular rotation, it's going to stay across the northern part of that polygon. The circulation has kind of come and gone here. It's been cyclic, but again, both of these, Evan, demand our attention, both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And this one, you know, we know this one has history going back into Tuscaloosa County, and it's moving fast. You know, as quickly as I draw these lines, it's moved even further. So, you know, here at about, 10 after, so less than 10 minutes from now, this is coming across I-65. And then this is very quickly going to jump up to 278, and then very quickly jump to places like Baileyton here before 5:30. So moving quickly. And again, the theme here today is they're fast moving, just be prepared to be in your safe spot here as we move forward. Folks in eastern Alabama that have asked, how come we haven't talked about, Gadsden? It's a great thing. If you're not being talked about on this map, it's wonderful because that means there's nothing severe there. There are 2 tornado warnings of note, both confirmed. Everything else here that we are seeing at this point, sure, there might be rain, there might be some thunder, and that can be scary. I hated thunder and lightning as a kid, even as an adult. But there's nothing severe there. So the second one, this has been the one that is really been very concerning, and there is still a debris signature showing up with this one. So this is the Birmingham view, and this is really almost splitting the difference between the Birmingham and the Columbus radar, but this is still producing a debris signature, and this is as it crosses into Tuscaloosa County. This is near Moore's Bridge. Here's 171. And again, off to the northeast, so Concord heads up there, Davis Chapel, and this is going to move into the southernmost part, it looks like, of Fayette County eventually, maybe very close to the Gorgas area, perhaps just west as this shifts to the north and east here. But again, moving quick. If you're in northern Tuscaloosa, southern Fayette, just go ahead and get prepared because this will be on you quickly. This is the Fayette County line here, Tuscaloosa, Fayette. This looks like it'll be just to the south of Berry, but we've seen this oscillate. We've seen these cells move. Wyndham Springs, you're in the polygon. Samantha, you're in the polygon, but on the current trajectory, this potentially will be to the north of you. Stay in your safe place for now, but we'll be watching this. And again, you can see another spike in that debris signature here. So now you're getting even more of those colors, those blues in there. So there's absolutely tornadoes on the ground, or a tornado on the ground here, it would seem, and this is headed right up towards 43, and we'll be moving into either extreme northern Tuscaloosa County, southern Fayette County here. There's 43, there's 18 as you head towards Berry, and this will be one that we absolutely need to watch. There's been no sign of weakening with this over the last 20 minutes.
Let's go back to WEXO 5. This is going to be the storm that is moving into southern Cullman County right now, and this is probably some of the best video we've seen. And this was taken from the vicinity of Sipsey and Empire, and that looks like that's the best tornado video we've seen right here. So again, this was, and there you see the power flash. So we've got a tornado down right there. That's a really good look at the tornado that came through Walker County, and that's the one that's coming into Cullman County right now. And again, that just increases the fact that this is a serious situation. So this is the storm that is in southern Cullman County around Brushy Pond, and this is moving up in the direction of Good Hope in the city of Cullman. So again, if you're in Good Hope, if you're in Cullman, you've got to stay sheltered. You saw the power flash there, and that thing's down. And again, that is in Walker County, not too far from Sipsey and Dora. Again, there's another look. That's from looks like the Piggly Wiggly in Dora. But again, that video is the best tornado video that we have seen so far today. Evan, wow. So, and that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
You can't fool with this stuff. A firefighter with Sipsey police is saying confirmed tornado with damage. And obviously, we're looking at it. That is a confirmed tornado, and obviously it's going to cause damage. So again, this is Sipsey in Walker County, which is north of Interstate 22, north of Alabama Highway 5.
Yeah, this is our crew, Aaron and them. They've just rolled up on 82 here where they've got the road blocked. And I mean, it's hard to see. Quality's not great, James, but that looks like something of decent magnitude has rolled through there.
Yeah, this, and again, we're starting to see some other traffic in that there's been major damage around Gordo. We can't be specific, and at this early phase of the game, we have to be careful about what we say. We'll tell you what we know, and we will not tell you what we don't know. But again, there's been some very significant damage at Gordo, and again, both of these we've got to take seriously here. These are clearly storms that are producing tornadoes here. And I'm going to throw to Evan for just a second while I rack up some more of this tornado video here.
Yeah, so a little reset here. If you're just now joining us, we got 2 warnings of note. Everything else is well below severe limits, which is interesting. We don't have a flurry of warnings along a line. These are 2 individual cells that have both produced a confirmed tornado. I want to start up in Cullman County, that is, as we head up towards Dodge City. We just talked about this getting closer and closer to I-65, it appears it is very close to that as we look at the base velocity. This is from Birmingham. Let's switch over to Columbus and see if you get a better view here. So this is hugging the northern part. There's the northern part of the polygon. Here's Highway 278. This is coming right up over Good Hope and then Cullman, then head towards Gold Ridge. This is going to come, it looks just to the south of Cullman here, perhaps just north or right over Good Hope there. And this is moving at about 50, 55 miles an hour. So this will be upon people quickly here. And you see the pink blinking there. That is because this is, again, another one that is confirmed for the Cullman County area. So again, this is coming right on top of I-65 within the next about 3 minutes. This will be crossing towards Berlin, just to the south of Cullman, before 5:20. And if it holds together up near Baileyton, about 5:30. So this one, again, a confirmed. Let's see, getting updates from the National Weather Service. It looks like radar confirmed with the Tuscaloosa County tornado. So we're going to hop back to that one. Again, we're kind of juggling between storms here, so we're trying to hit everybody. If you're watching, we're doing our best here to hop into this one. And here is the one in Tuscaloosa County as of now. This is looking from the Columbus radar. And thank goodness this one looks like signature's not as impressive as it was. That does not mean do not take this seriously. It absolutely is. Look at this near Moore's Bridge. That's a debris signature here, and look at all that. That's, I believe, debris that was lofted earlier that has since traveled to the north, and that has to be lofted very high into the atmosphere to be sustained and displaced from the center circulation here. It looks like the debris in Pickens County got to about 21,000 feet. That's a sign of a significant tornado that moved through the Gordo area. So again, we've got a crew headed in that direction. We will see what sort of damage has come through, but this tornado with that history is headed towards extreme southern Fayette County. So time of arrival to the county line here, just within a couple minutes. I mean, 2 to 3 minutes. Concord, if it makes it there, about 5:13, 5:14. Coming up on 43, right at this is northern Tuscaloosa County, southern Fayette County here. So coming right up towards Davis Chapel, and this will continue off in a general northeasterly track. This would take it in between Berry and Bully Springs. It looks like if it stays on its current trajectory. And again, this has been a very scary looking one for quite some time here. And again, we are looking at a potentially very strong tornado with this. There certainly was one down within the last 30 to 40 minutes. And this one spun up very quickly. The atmospheric dynamics today are so primed for this. And the other cell that we've been watching in Cullman County, same deal. This has been going since it was back in Mississippi. Kemper County, Mississippi is where we really picked this one up at. And so two very real threats here on the map. For the big picture here, there are still some that we're going to watch coming out of Mississippi, and we will get to those as soon as they move into our viewing area or into Alabama here. So back up to the Cullman cell, and again, this blinking pink here, or purple, whatever you want to call that, means it's confirmed. This is hugging the northern edge, so if you're in Cullman, heads up, this is coming towards Cullman. This took more of a northerly track with respect to the polygon, and looks like it is coming in that general area here. And Good Hope as well, heads up, and I'm going to draw a time of arrival here, assuming it hugs this northern edge.
Let's say WEX 05 real quick. This is Bremen. That is in southern Cullman County. That's our storm that came out of Walker County, and this is some video coming from Bremen. And again, there's clear rotation going on here, and there could be a rain-wrapped tornado in through there. And again, this is the storm that is coming up on Good Hope and Cullman. So just wanted to show that. And again, we clearly had a tornado with this storm back in when it was in Sipsey, Empire, that part of Walker County. So let's go back to the radar here. It's 5:10, and again, these are the approximate arrival times. You see coming up on Cullman at about 5:16, coming up on Gold Ridge at 5:19, and then coming up toward the Morgan County line about 5:29. The circulation does not look as intense now as it did, but this thing has been cyclic. It's been dissipating, and it's been coming and going. And again, everybody needs to take this thing seriously. So again, a tornado warning in effect now for southern and eastern Cullman County. This includes the city of Cullman and Good Hope. And again, that broad circulation is pretty much at Good Hope. It's going to be in Cullman here in just a matter of minutes. And Dennis, let's go back to WEX 05 real quick. I wanted to show you, this is what's coming up, the storm that's coming up on Cullman. This is what it looked like coming through Walker County. Again, this is coming through Sipsey, and Empire. And again, you can see that we've got a clear tornado here. Watch the power flash you'll see right now. And again, we've got reports of damage with that around Sipsey and Empire in Walker County. And that storm is approaching Good Hope and Cullman right now. So it's clearly produced. This is some more damage. This is coming again from that same general area around Sipsey and Empire up in Walker County. And we'll show one more quick video before we go back to the radar. And that could be a pretty sizable tornado that came through there. So again, back to the radar here at 512. We have tornado warnings in effect now for southern and eastern Cullman County, extreme northern Tuscaloosa County, and southern Fayette County. So let's go back. Let's start with the storm that is in northern Tuscaloosa, southern Fayette. And this came through Gordo, and it produced a lot of damage. In fact, let's look at the velocity first off and see what it looks like. And again, we've still got that rotation right here that's on the Tuscaloosa-Fayette County line near Highway 171, not too far from New Lexington. And that'll be coming up, probably passing near Barry, which is right here. It'll be crossing US 43 south of Bankston, then coming up pretty close to Barry. And from there, that circulation is going to wind up going into Walker County. So again, this is a tornado warning in effect for southeastern Fayette in extreme northern Tuscaloosa County. The circulation is basically on the Tuscaloosa-Fayette County line. Now let's go to our Cullman circulation. We're working two different tornado warnings here. And this is the circulation that is basically coming up into Cullman. And it looks fairly broad at this point. But again, you saw the video. This is the one that produced the tornado you saw down at Sipsey and Empire. And again, as a course of least regret, you want to take this thing seriously and stay sheltered. So again, the broad circulation is very close to the city of Cullman right now. And obviously, if you're in the city of Cullman or points south, you need to stay sheltered. And the same thing downstream, including Highway 278, which is right here, and then ultimately up here toward Joppa and Arab. That's Highway 69. Fairview is right here. Fairview, you need to be sheltered. You're in the polygon. And we'll see if that is extended out, even though the circulation for now, Evan, looks relatively broad. But Dennis, do we have the Gordo crew by any chance? So what we'd like to do, if we can double box, I'd kind of like to stay with the Gordo video in a smaller box and put us in a larger box. Maybe flip the two, that would be helpful. I want the people to be able to see the radar. But again, we've had significant damage in the vicinity of Gordo. This is in Pickens County from a tornado that was very visible. To many, it was very obvious on radar with debris being lofted to, the debris was being lofted to 21,000 feet. That's a strong tornado. And again, that's what it looks like here. So you're watching the damage in Gordo, and we're still going to keep working these tornadoes. And again, the tornado that is in here is in Fayette County. And like Evan says, we can cross out Tuscaloosa County. So if you're in northern Tuscaloosa County, you can come out of your tornado safe place and go about your business. The concern now is here in southern Fayette County. And again, specifically, the largest community in the path of this is Barry. So if you are in Barry, you've really got to be sheltered. Again, you've been under a warning for a while, but the circulation is going to come right up through here and then ultimately keep going into Walker. So the ETA for Barry around 526, that's about 10 minutes away. And so, again, no mobile homes. You've got to be sheltered in a community shelter or find a business that's open 24/7 that can serve as a shelter. And of course, in a site-built home, small room, lowest floor, near the center, no windows. And again, if the thing stays together, if it holds together, it will be up in this vicinity here about 549. That would be up around Oakman. Oakman's down here, actually. That'd be up toward Jasper at about 549. So again, circulation coming up on Barry. Let's go back to the Cullman storm. Any damage, Evan, on the Cullman storm so far?
No, everything I've seen is coming out of that cell that went right through the Gordo area thus far. And I believe they may be getting ready to actually cancel one of those warnings here because it has dissipated. In fact, they just canceled Fayette. Okay, so in a matter of 20 minutes, that went from having a incredible signature, debris signature, to they're going to let this tornado warning actually drop. And again, we're watching this. It does not mean it can't, re-intensify. But one thing to note, and we talked about this earlier, This is moving into an air mass. Remember, when this was back here in Pickens County, it wasn't as disrupted by the rain. Look at all this stratiform rain taking place here. This is a perfect example of a cell that was very organized, had a very good signature on it, that's moved into an area that no longer supports a tornado. So I believe this is about to disappear, this polygon, at least according to the National Weather Service. It does look like there's a new warning, though, down in Sumter County for that stuff coming out of Mississippi. So again, now it appears 2 warnings, this one up near Cullman, and then there's a new one coming down here in Sumter that includes the town of York. I believe Livingston, you're in here as well. Looks like Scratch Hill, Brewersville, Moortown, as this is the latest to move across the state line. And unfortunately, where this is, we just don't have a great view on radar. It's going to be a very odd look to it while we've got it down here. But this is headed towards the Warrior River here and eventually Forkland, Sawyerville, and those spots here as you get into southern Greene and southern Hale County. So we've just canceled a tornado warning for Fayette. Again, that one pulsed up so quickly and then dissipated so quickly. What you're seeing on one side of your screen is the damage from that cell that moved through Gordo, 82 West. Can't confirm exactly what the damage was there. There was a tornado debris signature there. This did move across Highway 82, and that's where our crew is right now, just to the west of Gordo. But that warning's been canceled. That's how quickly these things can fire up and then dissipate. And then this is our newest warning that will be worth watching right on top of York. Again, this is a ways away from both of our radar sites here, so it'll be tough to see, at least for the short term. But we'll do some time of arrival. Again, if this gets into southern Hale County, southern Greene County, or rather, by about 5:45, into central Hale County, perhaps near Highway 69 by about 6 o'clock. And then if this continues, this will head into Bibb County. This will be further south than we've seen our other storms track to this point. And this would take it a little bit closer to Brent, to Centerville, to West Blockton, and way, way, way down the line, if this holds together, this would be something moving in the direction of Shelby County. But that is way downstream here. We'll stress that at 7 o'clock. But we want people to note, if it's been a quiet day so far for you, that's great. But we have more of these coming out of Mississippi, and there's going to be more to watch here as we head into the afternoon. The good news is, from everything that we've watched here today, all of those tornado warnings that were in southern Mississippi, over here near Laurel, near Hattiesburg, this is the lone one that's left. That's not to say we can't see more develop, but this right here near Demopolis, and this one up here in Cullman that's about to leave our central Alabama counties at this time, which is certainly some good news. I'll zoom back into that one. We haven't done a little update on that, but this is right on top of Cullman and moving again in the general direction of I believe Morgan County here, which would be just to the north of the viewing area. But there's a look, just not really a whole lot of rotation left on this, very, very messy, and again this moving into a more stable air mass, and this is headed up towards county line and eventually again into Morgan County and perhaps Marshall County as it continues along to the north and east.
Let me just say, too, we're getting reports now of injuries for the first time today in Sipsey. This is coming from Sipsey Fire Department. Injuries reported in the 4200 block of Sipsey Road. This is in Walker County. So, again, this is the tornado that came through Walker County, and apparently it did get down. We've seen the video coming through Sipsey and parts of Empire. And then this is the tornado that is coming up through Cullman County right now, and that's prompted the tornado warning here. But again, the warning that was in effect earlier for Fayette, that's off the board. That's dissipated. So let's focus on the one we have. We have two. We have the tornado warning in Sumter,